Do you feel offended by that last statement?
Well,
How long does it take you to figure that out, man?
Well, actually, maybe it's not myself that I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to keep from pushing any buttons as much as possible when I respond.
Mom, I promise you I'm not going to yell at you or hurt you. I have never hurt you before. What are you so afraid of? So you're telling me as a woman I need to submit to your judgment when even when I'm talking calmly and telling you I love you over and over again, you can't give me a logical argument and you're on the defensive, and if you insult me I'm supposed to tiptoe through the tulips even though I've already told you I'm not trying to offend you like 10 times or however many times. It's unreasonable, Mom. You guys are so unreasonable. And that's why I have to go to another psychiatrist. I have to drive all the way back to Santa Cruz because you're unreasonable. It's not fair to me. And I've had to submit to this nonsense and going to reform school when after all these years, you know, your argument is now, yes, we have the paperwork, but even though we sent you to La Selva for like month, you know, we were between, Mills Peninsula and La Selva, I was gone for like since July 28th to September 14th about. I bet you didn't remember. Do you remember that date?
I want you to know something.
2012. Go ahead.
When a physician takes you to treat you, then you sign the release, and it's his responsibility to get the paperwork from other physicians that have treated you in the past. We provided these physicians with histories.
Okay, so you provided the physicians with histories and they still ruled that you were wrong and you did not respect it. Yes or no?
Psychiatrists do not understand seizures,
Mother.
but they all ended
But
up
you do.
putting you on Depakote.
Yes, because that is one of the most commonly prescribed medications. Abbott is one of the richest pharmaceutical companies. Have you been living under a rock?
The reason we use Depakote is that a variety of other medications did not work if Depakote did.
Mom, you haven't presented a single viable argument as to why I should subject myself to your judgment. You want to do this again tomorrow morning when you sleep? I guarantee you it's not going to change anything. You'll just be a little bit more sharp. You'll still be stupid. But if you want, we can do it. Do you want to do it that way?
You began having seizures that...
Mom, you're not a psychiatrist. Seizure disorder.
Seizure disorder of a partial complex seizure from the temporal lobe often presents with the symptoms that you have.
Your argument is that you, as someone who doesn't even take care of yourself, understands human behavior better than a psychiatrist.
I don't know why you keep saying I don't take care of myself.
I mean, look at your shirt. Look at you. When's the last time
I'm dressed for bed.
Yes, but when's the last time you combed your hair like in a way that reflects holding yourself, carrying yourself with dignity?
How about I wash my hair and comb it every single morning?
So it's never looking like. So tomorrow, if I randomly, check you out, you don't mind if I randomly record you tomorrow to prove my point? Yes or no? I mean, this family comes first, image second, right? So do you don't mind if I randomly just let the viewers decide? Everyone who knows you knows that I'm fucking right. And both my brothers do. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing what?
We all know that you're unkempt. If you don't know that you're unkempt, then you're not qualified to make that judgment. And if you just lied, you're not qualified to make that judgment. So if I prove that you're unkempt and you're too emotional to tell the truth when I come at you on camera, telling you I love you, Mom, I love you, again and again, if you can't even do it now, how can you make a proper judgment when I'm quote unquote mentally ill? You are not qualified to make these judgments. I have no violent criminal history. The right thing to do in the name of God and morality is to step back and realize you are not qualified to contradict your son, who is sharper than you are, or the psychiatrists, his last three, that don't agree with you, including Santa Cruz, Dr. Wong, and Dr. Brevin.
Actually, you need a neurologist, but when you start...
How are you qualified to make that judgment? Are you a practicing physician? Are you a practicing physician?
Actually, I have my license. I do occasionally see patients.
Wow. I can't wait to show Obi Nuche this, You honestly believe that you're qualified. The cops came here to my dad, a practicing brain surgeon. The cops came to the practicing brain surgeon and said, you're not a psychiatrist. And the cop admitted it, and my dad admitted in front of second to the last time I went to the psych ward, right?
That's right. He said, he's a
And so-
genius at neurological
And the cops,
problems.
and he agreed, and he's also told me flat out. Now let me ask you this. I'll leave it this. This is why I cannot trust you. When I was arguing with you guys, for whatever reason, and you can have the floor later. You can explain your reason all you want. Just please give me a yes or no answer, and then explain all you want. Did you not say to me more than once that you guys were not going to call the sheriffs? And I've expressed concern, and that specifically was obviously working me up, right? And anyone in America understands.
I'm not the one that said I wasn't going to call the sheriff.
Who did that?
I don't know because I was in earshot. I assume that if you say that he said he wasn't going to call the sheriffs.
Okay, so if you were me, would you trust someone like you can't give you a single viable argument? I catch you time and time again. Okay, I'm thinking more clearly
You
than you are.
have partial complex seizures.
Says who? You? Show me. Okay, you say, oh, the physicians have all the documents, right? The lady who can't even take care of her own house, knows better than I do about what's going on.
I clean this.
Okay, look, that's not what I mean. Look, you do a wonderful job and you work hard. The point is, you don't work effectively, and that's part of why you've misdiagnosed me. That's part of why this family's falling apart. And no, it's not because you're not sufficient. You're a genius woman. You're more than capable of doing the right thing.
I clean this place.
I'm not saying you don't! Sorry for yelling, but come on now. It's been like 40 minutes of stupidity. Okay? You keep avoiding the argument. Okay? And that was me raising my voice. Have you heard me yell a lot louder, yes or no?
Of course.
So was that threatening?
Yes, it was, but I am very used to being treated like that.
Then why do you call the cops if you're used to it?
Out of fear for you.
But you, just a minute. Look, let me ask, I'm going to leave this there, because this is the logic I deal with everyday people, I swear to God. For the last time, when you call a bunch of racist cops that you know I've exchanged, you know that me and the cops have problems. Just know we have
How
disagreements.
do I get you to take your medication?
Mom, please stop. You can have the floor at the end. If you can't even be disciplined enough to finish the interview, come on. What are you, Donald Trump? Okay, be mature. Wait your turn. Now, what was I saying? Damn it, what was I saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's why I get mad and just start yelling, because it's like, look,
What you're saying is that you think that you never belonged on psychiatric medicines.
Oh gosh, now you're misrepresenting the question. Okay, look, let me say this, okay? Let me finish.
That
Look,
you-
Mom, please, you can have the floor, okay? I'm gonna put the phone down after this. Answer the question. You are killing me. And if I start yelling and you call the cops, you look like a fucking fool. Now please, the question is very simple. Is it dangerous to call a bunch of cops that you know your son has been exchanging hateful words with when you think that he is acting in a way that is dangerous? Yes or no?
I'm frightened to death every time.
And that is a bad call that you make every time. Now, you have the floor. I promised I'd give you the floor. You have the floor. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut. Please be respectful and don't lie, is all I ask. And I'll keep my part of the bargain.
Partial complex seizures are very poorly understood. There is a small cluster of nerves in your left temporal lobe that sparks erratically, and if they're allowed to keep doing that and not suppressed with a Depakote, they recruit other nerves. This has caused you to have